How can you disrespect our country like that? How can you disrespect our flag like that? These are questions we often hear asked from people who are uneducated, have a lack of empathy, or have hatred in their hearts. My name is Jake Hutchinson, and I'm going to be talking about kneeling during the national anthem. As an athlete myself at Roosevelt University, a diehard Cubs fan and a diehard Bears fan, I feel I have a lot of perspective as far as sports go. I'm going to center this speech mainly around the NFL. That's the season we're in, and we are seeing a lot of African American players use their platform to address police brutality. Now, before we get into it, I'm going to talk a little bit about police brutality. I'm sure most people know about what's going on, but what I want to talk about mainly is not what's going on, as we all have the news and we all see it, and we're all heartbroken by it if we have a moral bone in our body. But what I'm going to talk about is the way people decide to view these things. Some people will look at all these events and realize the oppression within. They will understand that this cannot go on, and they will do something about it. Some people will see it, try and find any excuse they can to take away the validity of what happened, and turn an absolute blind eye to the oppression in America. Oppression has been going on in America for so long, since slavery to redlining to mass incarceration. The oppression of people of color has been real. And the reason why I would say that this speech is not so much persuasive as it is informative is because I feel that human rights aren't something that's to be persuaded. Human rights are something that is deserved by everybody. And I feel like the goal of this isn't to persuade you to think that human rights should be accepted, because we all know that. So many people think that the kneeling during the national anthem is disrespectful. Disrespectful to what? Some people say it's disrespectful to the military, when there have been countless athletes say that they are not by any means kneeling to slam the military in any way. Many say that they are disrespecting every aspect about America. I feel that that is too broad a statement to be said and be true. Many of these athletes will keep their hand over their heart. Many of these athletes will keep their eyes on the flag. Many of these athletes are still staying respectful during the national anthem. They're just showing that there is flaws, that they need something changed. We all do. What a lot of people misinterpret is the brotherhood that is created by acts like this. We see men of all different ages, races. We see all of them come together wearing one uniform, trying to beat the team across from them. We see a brotherhood. Regardless of who's kneeling and who's standing, we see players with locked arms. We see white players who are standing with their hand on African American players who are kneeling. We see brotherhood. We see true connection and love between people that are different, supposedly different. We are all Americans. And I feel like people misuse the word patriotism. People think patriotism is someone wearing a Lynyrd Skynyrd t-shirt, flying a flag, an American flag or a Confederate flag over their shoulder, and drinking beer and doing all this America stuff. That's not what patriotism is. That is some flawed concept of how to make it look like you love your country. What patriotism is being able to look at the good in your country and just as easily being able to see what's flawed. Patriotism is brotherhood. Patriotism is being there for each and every American, regardless of their demographic. If we could all practice this type of patriotism, we'd soon see a better America. Thank you.